Assalamu alaikum students. Today this is our first lecture of C programming language. But before proceeding for the C programming language, I would like that you must have a knowledge about this mathematics, the basic concept of mathematics that should be rather the people should be able to solve the basic mathematical problems like the addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, etc. etc. Hope you people are well aware about that particular solutions that we also follow within our 8th, 9th, 10th matriculation and 11th classes. And within our C, the first thing that why we need a programming is that because our computers doesn't understand the mathematics directly. However, we have a solution to a particular problem with the help of the mathematics always. Like a summation of two numbers, there is always a mathematics behind that. Multiplication of two numbers, there is always a mathematics behind. And there are numerous, what we can say, problems where we are formulating the solution with the help of the mathematics. But as far as our computer is considered, we are not able to directly give it a mathematical solution and it will give a particular solution for we people, or it will implement that solution for we people. Instead, what we need an intermediate, what we can say, platform, which will help us to build this logic or implement this the mathematical logic in terms of itself. And there comes the programming language. Let us say that we need a particular solution, or we need to formulate a particular program on computers for summation of two numbers. As we people know that summation of two numbers, say a equivalent to 10 and b equivalent to 20, say summation it will be equivalent to 30. But how to give it, how to give input to a particular computer, and if on the basis of the input they will process the things and give us the output as 30. That means there is a logic which is exactly behind this particular solution, and logic is take the input as 10 for a particular variable, take the input for 20 for second variable, do the summation is equivalent to a plus b. This is it. But this particular is again the mathematics. Take the value of a, take the value of b, and sum it in some another variable. It is how to implement this particular. Before going for the exact programming language, we should be able to develop a logic. How our particular system is able to get the logic from this mathematics and implement it within our. And here comes the flowcharts. For the first part, flowcharts. What we can say, flowchart are pictorial representation of a solution towards a particular problem. That means when we are having a problem, we are giving a solution, and based on the solution, we are formulating a logic how our particular inputs will go, how our processing will go, and how this can be implemented within our. And in order to give the basic stuff, how to formulate this, we have a flowchart. But before proceeding how to formulate, there are certain things you should be able to know. There are certain notations that you must know before building a flowchart. There are first the start and stop. This owl shaped, this owl shaped. We call this as either start or stop of our flow. The second part that we are going to deal with is the input. The input are the parallelogram. The parallelogram available, we say that it's an input. That means this symbol is used for input. The third symbol that we are going to see is the third symbol is the rectangle. Rectangle, sometimes we call this as process or the statement execution box. Now, there exists another particular thing, we call that as the diamond shaped box. We say that this is what called as a condition check. There exists one more thing, we call them as a flow line. We call them as a flow lines. These are the particular items that we need in order to draw our flow chart. Similarly, these flow charts, each and every particular has its own meaning. That means when we are depicting this means either the stop of our logic or start of our logic. When we are using this parallelogram, we mean that we are taking the input in these particular parallelogram. There might exist different parallelograms within one for one flow chart. There is no prohibition like that, but this particular shape is meant for input, and this is meant for process or statement execution box, where we are going to execute our statement, which are available within our. And if we need to check a particular condition or a particular, depending upon the particular condition, whether you will go for the right perspective or the wrong perspective, for these condition checking we have a diamond shaped box, and these are the flow lines which will connect from where this will depict where we are going for the next particular instruction. That means it will give us the flow of our particular diagram. And then the last most, that means the connector, it's a circle shaped, small circle shaped, which connects us to, we call them as a connectors. Now, say for example, there exist multiple pages of the flow. It is used for connecting one flow with the another. Hope that you understand well that there exist the certain components of the flow chart on which our flow chart is based on. First one is start and stop, second one is input, third one is process, fourth one is condition check, fifth one is flow lines, and sixth one is connectors. And connectors are least used because might be when our logic will go from it will be bigger logic, or it will go up to few pages, so we are going to use the connectors to connect different pages with each other. So let us demonstrate the first problem that we are going to have within our system, where we will see that we need to have like this. The question will be like this: print a hello world, or what we can say, draw flow chart for printing hello world. Let us start with this. The first thing that we need to draw is this one, the owl shaped. That means we are going to start, and we are going to write here start. Then what we need a flow line. Flow line means our flow will go from here to here. Is it? Now flow lines are there, start buttons are there, start instructions are there. That means it will tell we are going to start from this particular point. And now what we need, we don't have any input, but because printer we are only going to display it. That means we are going to send an output. So input is not there, but processing is there. So in order to process it, so we need a particular rectangle shaped box where we are going to use like this, print hello world. Is it? जब हमने print hello world किया, then after this statement gets executed, and now we are going to have another flow line, and we will just stop this because we only need this. And here we are going to write down a text. We say that stop. That means if we are going to print a particular thing, the printing itself is an execution command, and it will be evaluated or it will be executed within this rectangular box. That's why we have created a start, then flow it to flow the logic to the concerned rectangular box, and after that rectangular box we are going to have a stop. And this is what we call as a simple flow. Hope that you understand the basic concepts of flowchart. Inshallah, from tomorrow we are going to deal with the another particular things that are used within the flowchart. And this was exactly the introduction part of your C programming, or a startup part of your C programming, that includes the flowchart. And there exist multiple problems that we are going to see within the coming lectures based on this flowchart. Thank you. Thank you very much.